Hey guys, so today's video, I am so excited to be filming for you guys. I've been thinking about this one for a really long time, kind of gathering my thoughts, picking the products that I wanted to talk about, and today I'm finally bringing you my drugstore makeup starter kit. I remember when I first started out with makeup, I watched countless of these videos, so many, and I just found them super duper interesting, and I really wanted to share my picks with you guys because when you're starting out with makeup, it can be really hard to kind of navigate the waters and really find products that are good at the drugstore. And yeah, it can be kind of overwhelming. So I think this will be a really nice guide for you guys to follow. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you want to see my picks, just keep watching. Alright, so let's start off with primer. I think primer is super important no matter what stage of the makeup game you're at, because it really preps your skin for makeup and helps it go on smoother and last longer, and it just helps everything go on much better. And for beginners, I recommend the Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm. A, because this is ridiculously cheap, and B, I think it's a very universal primer. It'll work well for a variety of skin tones. It does have kind of a scent, like a manly scent. I don't know if they've actually made an unscented one since I bought this one. It's been probably close to a year since I bought a new bottle because this stuff lasts forever. But yeah, this is an awesome primer. It kind of makes your skin feel kind of tacky, which helps the makeup kind of just adhere and really stick and wear really beautifully throughout the day. But yeah, highly recommend this one. Alright, next product up is foundation, and I would recommend the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. This is a really great foundation for beginners. I have used this foundation for years and years and years. It has about medium coverage. It comes in so many shades. They just expanded their shade range again, which is incredible. And so there'll definitely be one for you at the drugstore, and it's super inexpensive. I think it's like $6, something like that. I also really love the spreadability of this foundation. I find that a little goes a long way, and it doesn't look cakey on my skin. It wears really well throughout the day. I just think it's a really awesome starting point for beginners for foundation. It also has two different formulas, the dewy and the matte. So depending on your skin tone, just kind of pick one of those, and I really think that's another advantage of this foundation. Alright, next up is concealer, and I'm going to recommend the Maybelline Better Skin Concealer. This concealer is kind of foolproof. You can put a lot on and it's not going to look cakey or heavy. It just looks like skin on your skin, and I really love this with foundation, on top of my foundation or under my foundation, or even I will use this on no makeup days, and I just find that it looks so beautiful on the skin and has pretty darn decent coverage. I really love how just versatile that makes this concealer. So yeah, I'm going to recommend this one. Alright, now that you have your base makeup on, you can just set it. And for setting powder, I recommend the Essence All About Matte setting powder. This powder is so amazing. It's pretty much foolproof powder, which I'm probably going to be saying that a lot in this video. But you can put on tons and tons and it's not going to look powdery. It's a very versatile powder because you can set your entire face, you can set your under eyes. I just am so in love with it. It's transparent, or translucent, not transparent. So it's going to work on a wide variety of skin tones. I haven't tried it on extremely deep skin tones, so I'm not sure how it would work on that. The people who I've recommended it to, no matter what their skin tone, have loved this stuff. So yeah, it's super cheap. You can get it at Ulta. It's just a really amazing powder. This next product is the most expensive product that I will recommend to you, but it is truly worth every penny. So for bronzer, I'm going to recommend the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Oh my gosh, that's my hair. I shed like a dog everywhere. But anyways, this bronzer is incredible. It smells like a tropical paradise, which is, I know, just a bonus. It performs so beautifully. It's such a foolproof bronzer. It's pigmented without being over the top, and you could just apply, you could go to town with this and you would just look beautiful and sun-kissed. It truly is foolproof. It melts into your skin. It's never going to look powdery. It's just an incredible product. So I highly recommend this one. And Physicians Formula does have sales pretty frequently, so try to get it on a sale. I know it's pretty expensive, but it is so worth it. Alright, next up is blush, and for that I'm recommending the e.l.f. blush palette. These blushes, I actually had to go out and repurchase this because I had this years ago and then I dropped it one too many times, and I was not going to try to separate out each little blush to like play plastic surgeon and fix it. But these blushes are incredible. They are pigmented and soft without being like too in your face. Like those two little swirls on my finger. And there's that. And they're pigmented, but they blend so nicely. You see how those blended out? They blend out even more beautifully on your cheeks, which is something that I think is so important when you're a beginner, because blush is one of those areas where beginners tend to go a little bit too heavy-handedly, and I think that while these will still give you a very pretty flush to your cheeks, they're not going to make you look like a clown. And I also love that this comes with several different shades, so you can kind of match it with your eye look. You can kind of figure out what blush suits you best. I just really love this, and the price point, $6, you can't beat that. So yeah, I love this palette. Alright, so next up is brows. Actually, next up is highlighter, but I'm going to come to that a little bit later. But next up is brows. So I'm going to recommend the Essence Make Me Brow. This is a very like user-friendly eyebrow product. It has little fibers in here, and it's kind of like a tinted brow gel, well, with fibers. You can see the wand is like super duper tiny. This is super easy to just kind of slick through your brows and walk out the door. It does give your brows a little bit of definition, a little bit of shape, without being like overly complicated, because I feel like when I first started doing makeup, filling in my brows was very intimidating for me, and this was kind of an easy way for me to just kind of like dip my toe into the pool. But yeah, so this is what I'm going to recommend for brows. It's super cheap. You can get it at Ulta. I can't say enough good things about it. Alright, next is moving on to eyes, but before you start doing like eyeshadow or anything like that, I highly recommend putting down a primer, and for that I'm going to recommend the Essence I Love Color Intensifying Primer. I know you can't even like see the writing on mine anymore. I think when I do the product shots, I'm going to use the new one that I have sitting in my drawer. But this eye primer is amazing. It has a little bit of a tint to it, which I really appreciate because I have like veins all over my eyelids, and I know lots of other people do too. And this really helps cover them up. It helps my shadow wear beautifully throughout the day. It helps it last all day. And I have incredibly oily eyelids. This is the only drugstore primer that I found that really holds up to my oily eyelids. And I think that's pretty darn incredible. And yeah, the price point is extremely low. I think it's like $3.50. And yeah, I would recommend this to absolutely anyone. Alright, so now onto eyeshadow palettes. I actually have two recommendations. So my first recommendation is the Coastal Scent Revealed palette. The Revealed palette, this is the original Revealed palette, but the Revealed palettes in general are beautiful. I actually only have Revealed 1 and 2, but I've seen tons of reviews on the other ones saying that they're beautiful and they have a great formula. I really like this one because it has a wide variety of shades for beginners, but it also has those key matte shades right here. I do wish I had some more like deeper mattes that weren't like a black, but there are some shimmers in here that you could use to create some contrast. But yeah, I really love the shadow formula. I think it's easy to use, it's blendable, it's pigmented without being crazy pigmented for beginners. So yeah, I really love this palette. My next recommendation is the Carly Bible palette. So I had somewhat mixed feelings about this palette, but as I've begun to use it a little bit more, I really think that this is perfect for beginners because these shades are pigmented, but they blend really easily. These matte colors right here that you might be kind of intimidated by actually come off very softly on the eyes and are easy to blend and easy to work with. Another bonus of this palette is that it comes with highlighters right here for every single skin tone, and these can also double as eyeshadows. So this is what I would also recommend for highlighter if you were, actually gonna go out and buy this stuff. But yeah, it has a really nice variety of neutral shades that blend easily and work well for beginners. So yeah, this one gets a thumbs up for me. So now onto mascara. I cannot sing the praises of the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara enough. You guys, this mascara is amazing. It gives you the look of false lashes if you build it up there. It gives me length, it gives me volume, it's incredibly black. It does all of that very, very quickly. I mean, all mascaras can give you length and volume if you stand there for 10 minutes and apply 10 million coats. But this one does it so quickly, so beautifully. I love how this makes my lashes look, and I think that a beginner would really enjoy this because it does give you the best of both worlds, the volume and length. And if you find that, oh, I don't like how long my lashes are looking, then you can go more for a volumizing mascara, or I want more length, you can go more towards a lengthening mascara. I just think this is a really awesome middle of the road mascara that'll give you drama, but that can also be made to look natural. I just think it's a great place for beginners to really start. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump in with my lip gloss pick, and that is the NYX Butter Glosses. These are super pigmented, super duper comfortable, very glossy. They last a really long time on my lips. There's tons of shades. They smell like cake. Like, what more could you ask for in a lip gloss? I adore these lip glosses. This one is in the shade Angel Food Cake, and I would highly recommend this one. It's a very pretty, like, everyday pink. I wear it constantly. But yeah, I adore these, and I think they're relatively inexpensive. I think they're only like $5 or $6. You can get them at Ulta, use your coupon, and it's even less. But yeah, these are awesome. Alright, now onto lipstick. I am going to recommend the Maybelline lipsticks. I just have right here one of their matte ones in the shade Lust for Blush, which looks kind of similar to the Maybelline shade that I just showed you guys. Or not the Maybelline, the NYX shade that I just showed you guys, but I have a type, we know. But Maybelline does an awesome job with their lipsticks. They have so many shades, so many different collections. They're relatively cheap, and yeah, I just love these lipsticks. They all have this kind of like sweet smell. I don't know. But it doesn't bug me too much once it's on my lips. They wear really well, they're really pretty. They're just a really great all-around lipstick. So I would not necessarily recommend a liquid lipstick to a beginner just because I feel like you have to be very precise when you apply them, and I don't know, I just don't feel like they're the easiest things in the world to apply makeup wise, but they are incredibly long lasting, and yeah, and super duper matte. So if that's something that you're looking for, then maybe liquid lipstick is for you. And the best one that I found at the drugstore is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Lipstick. These are $5 a piece. They have tons and tons of shades. This is the shade Rebel Rose. They're a really awesome formula. They only feel a teeny tiny bit drying, but they last all day long, look great all day long, they wear beautifully. Yeah, I just really think this is one of the best low-cost liquid lipstick options that you can get. Alright guys, so last but not least, we have setting spray. I'm going to recommend this one from Wet n Wild. It's the Photo Focus, that's in Spanish, Photo Focus setting spray. This is just a really nice setting spray. It really kind of locks in my makeup a little bit. It takes away any powderiness that I have on my skin, which I think is especially important for beginners in case you kind of go a little bit overboard, even though the products that I've mentioned kind of hinder you from doing that. But yeah, I really do love the setting spray. It has a beautiful mist. Like, look. That's a good mister. Like, when I haven't used a like really good setting spray, like sprayer, and I was just kind of like blown away when I started using this. I was like, oh my gosh, where has this been my entire life? But anyways, I really recommend this setting spray for beginners. It's super cheap. I think it's like $5 too, so it gets a double thumb. Alright guys, and that is it for my drugstore beginner makeup kit. I loved filming this video. I thought it was so much fun. I loved picking out all the products, and I really hope that I gave you guys some really good recommendations, and I hope that you go out and try them. Well, even if you don't go out and try them, I just hope that you enjoyed this video. And yeah, please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.